In this explainer, we're breaking down the current state of AI music. We're going to look at its surprising quality, the legal wars it has ignited, and how it is fundamentally reshaping the rules for the entire industry. Okay, here's how we're going to tackle this. First, we'll get into the sheer scale and, frankly, the quality of AI music out there right now. Then, we'll unpack the massive copyright battle that's brewing. After that, we'll see how actual listeners are reacting to it all. And finally, we'll look at the new rules of the game being written as we speak. All right, let's start with the disruption itself, because it's really happening on two fronts at once: the quality of the music and the just incredible volume of it. Let's just kick things off with a number that is, well, it's pretty staggering. A recent study found that 97% of us can't actually tell the difference between a song made by a human and one made by an AI. Think about that. The line has blurred so much, it's basically gone. And that quality is fueling an absolute explosion of content. Right now, 28% of all new songs uploaded to Deezer every single day are completely AI generated. Just to give you some perspective, that number was only 10% at the start of 2024. It is a tidal wave of machine-made music. So how are thousands of these songs getting made every day? Honestly, it's a shockingly simple three-step process anyone can do. You just type in a text prompt, describe the genre, the mood. Then an AI model like Suno or Udio spits out a full track in seconds. And if you have a paid account, you often get the rights to upload it straight to Spotify, Apple Music, wherever. Now, here's a really crucial point. We are not talking about simple sampling or remixing here. Generative AI performs incredibly complex transformations. It learns the deep patterns of music from huge datasets and then creates something totally new. And this distinction between transformation and just copying is right at the heart of the whole legal fight. And, as you'd expect, this technological leap has thrown us right into the middle of a massive conflict. It's pitting the old guard of the music industry against these new tech giants in a really high-stakes war over copyright. This whole battle really exploded into public view with the fake Drake song, Heart on My Sleeve. I mean, it sounded so convincing, so real, that it sent shockwaves through Universal Music Group, the biggest music conglomerate in the world, and basically lit the fuse for the legal fight we see today. So, the legal battle really boils down to two completely different ways of looking at the same thing. On one side, you have the major labels. They say training an AI on our music is just mass-scale copyright infringement, plain and simple. But the AI companies, they fire back with the fair use argument. They claim they're not reproducing the songs, they're using them in a transformative way to create something entirely new. So what are the labels actually asking for in their lawsuits against companies like Suno and Udio? Well, they are not holding back. They want the courts to declare this whole training process illegal, stop it permanently, and hit these companies with damages that could easily spiral into the billions. But amidst this huge industry war, there's another really important piece of the puzzle: the listener. How do people like you and me actually feel about all this AI music? This quote from a study on Gen Z's perceptions just nails the strange experience of listening to AI music. It's not that it sounds weird or robotic. It's the opposite. It sounds unnervingly familiar. And that's what's so striking and maybe a little unsettling. And this feeling creates what you could call a listener paradox. We see it right here in the data. Almost half of people are pretty much okay with AI music. But at the same time, a big chunk of them are worried about what it means for human artists. And they are demanding transparency. They want clear labeling. And this desire for labeling, it's not really about the quality of the sound. It's about context. It's about the story. Listeners want to know if they're connecting with a human artist's vision or if they're just reacting to a machine's very clever algorithm. So with all this disruption and conflict and listener confusion, something has to give. And it is. A new set of rules is being written for this new era right now. The big streaming platforms are definitely not just sitting on the sidelines anymore. Deezer is actively developing tools to identify AI music and then kick it out of their recommendations. Meanwhile, Spotify has gone on a massive cleanup spree, deleting millions of tracks to fight AI-driven spam and fraud. And this timeline just shows you how fast things are moving from the courtroom to actual law. It starts in 2024 with the lawsuits. By late 2025, a German court sets a huge precedent saying licenses are needed for training data. And it all culminates in August 2026, when the EU AI Act will make clear labeling mandatory across all of Europe. So, look, here's the bottom line. The conversation has completely shifted. It's no longer about whether AI music can be good. We know it can. The real question now is how we integrate it into this system in a way that's regulated, transparent, and properly licensed. This isn't some weird experiment anymore. This is the new reality.